Mike, turn your games down.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 390 of Games My Mom Found. I am Mike Albertin, and who is tonight?
Well, that would be Mumble Mode Enthusiast. I'm Tyler Burnett. Hi, everybody.
Welcome back. And we are here to talk about a game that I've been wanting to play for years, but never convinced myself to. Lego Star Wars 3, The Clone Wars. Developed by Traveler's Tales, published by LucasArts, and came out in 2011. God, that feels like a
2011, yeah,
long time ago.
It was a long time ago. that's wild. This game is that old. I remember seeing and hearing a lot about it and not paying attention to it, but I can't believe it's already been that long. Wow.
Yeah, and this is probably so. Let me start off the history. I know I bought this game for 360, but I never got around to it. I played other Lego games. I played a lot of other Lego games, but I just never played this one until this week.
Yeah, same here. I never owned this. I never bought it. I definitely devoured Lego Star Wars 1 and 2, so the original, the prequel one, and Lego Star Wars 2, the original trilogy. I played the hell out of those games. I guess they were probably both on PS2 at the time. You know, I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I'm glad to come on here and talk some Star Wars. I played a ton of Star Wars video games. But yeah, this is Lego Star Wars 3 is one that passed me by. And I think it's because I have a bit of a complicated history with the Clone Wars series.
Okay, I want to hear that. Because that's awesome.
I remember going to see the debut of the series was that movie they put out in theaters when it was like 3 episodes strung together. They put it out.
Pretty much, yes.
And I hated it. Oh, I hated it so much. And I was like a snarky, 22, 23-year-old that came out. And I was looking forward to the series up until I saw that movie. But it really soured me on the experience. I remember an ex-girlfriend of mine going down to Disney, 6 months before the show premiered. And we were so excited. Ahsoka was in the parks. We went and had our photos taken with Ahsoka. And I told her how much I'm looking forward to your new show. And then a couple months later, that movie dropped. God, I hate it.
No, that is fair.
So
that movie has some issues.
It's rough. It's rough. God, all the dialogue between Ahsoka and Anakin is so cringe in that movie, and all the stuff with Rada the Hutt, who's back in the public eye again, thanks to Mandalorian and Grogu, which is so freaking weird.
Which I did not see it in theaters. I was supposed to. I had full plans to go.
Oh, you didn't get to it? I did. My friend and I, we've been Star Wars since we were little kids, and we went and saw it, and I enjoyed it for what it was. It wasn't anything too crazy for what it was, but it was still a good time in the theater.
I was a bum because I wanted to do it, but then I was like, do I want to? I was just tired one day, and I'm like, if I go to a theater for a 3-hour movie or with previews and everything, I'm going to go to sleep. So I stay home and take a nap.
And that's the worst feeling. You start dozing off in a theater after you paid.
Yeah, so I just didn't feel like it. I was like, I got editing to do. I got stuff. Like, I'll just stay home. And now I kind of regret it because I wanted to see it.
When it's streaming, it's fine. It's pretty much just a couple episodes of the series tied together and it worked great in streaming.
That's what I heard.
Yeah,
with a bigger budget.
So I have a very complicated, especially those first 2 seasons of the Clone Wars. It took me a long time. I did watch them as they were airing.
They're not the best.
They're not the best. There's a couple decent episodes, like Rookies in that first season was a phenomenal episode. The second season, I think, brought in Cad Bane, which was pretty cool. But other than that, what was that?
Clone Wars. It takes a bit for Clone Wars to get good. It's really like
it does. I didn't really get
3
much
or 4?
into like season 4 or 5, I think. And then at the end, the last couple seasons were all phenomenal.
Oh, God, yes.
So due to my complicated feelings with that show, I didn't think about touching this game back in the day. Completely passed me by.
I think that might have played a part because I didn't watch the show until years later when Netflix. When Netflix got it at some point, I sat down and watched all of it, but I wasn't interested in it. So like that's a big reason why I didn't play this game. I was like, I don't give a shit about the Clone Wars, so I don't care about this game. And I love Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga and 1 and 2, and this is a nice complement to those.
That's a really interesting way. Yes, it's an interesting way of putting it. Definitely a compliment, especially to Complete Saga. Kind of throwing this on after that actually makes a lot of sense. And I will say this game has a lot of really interesting ideas. Whether they implemented them the best, I don't know. Some things are really cool.
It was a regular Lego game. It's an upgrade to, I don't remember what came out right before this. I didn't look this up as I should have.
For the Lego games? I would imagine probably Complete Saga would have probably been 2007, 2008. Don't think anything else would have been in between, but I could be wrong.
Because they were really good about, like, they would keep releasing new ones, but each one was a little bit, like, would add a little than the last one.
A little something to it, and maybe a new game mechanic.
And if you played them all, like, in order, like I was at for 360, because I loved achievements, I was like, hey, I'm happy to play another game like this with achievements.
Yes.
Of a franchise I like.
Easily attainable achievements.
Yeah.
Did you play the other Lego games back then? Were you into like Lego Batman, Indiana Jones, stuff like that?
Oh yeah, I played all of them.
I did. I played all of them, at least in the franchises I was into. I skipped a couple of the smaller ones like Lord of the Rings and Pirates of the
Oh, that is a great fucking game.
Is it really? Yeah, I never got around to that.
Skip the Hobbit, but the Lord of the Rings I enjoy. I played it for the show. The Hobbit, the issue is, you can go here in this episode, is they didn't do the third movie because money, and that hurts it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Right.
That it just feels like an insult when you do a trilogy of movies and you say, we'll skip the third one.
Yeah. Well, exactly. That's
money.
Wow. So they didn't include 3. Got it.
They're supposed to. They had planned DLC, and then they went, we don't want to spend the money.
I see. They would have
added it never came out, and it just the game feels incomplete.
Got it.
So this game I think it's based on the first 2 seasons of Clone Wars.
That's what I've read, and the episodes that are featured all make sense. Like early on in that Grievous arc. So I guess we should kind of explain that each little section of this game kind of follows one of the main villains, and you pursuing them. I guess that is the way that makes sense to say it. So you're following like Asajj ventures through a series of levels. You're following Grievous through a series of levels. One of them says you're following Count Dooku, but he doesn't really appear very much. You're more following like Poggle the Lesser or something. But
other villains that were around at that time that aren't him. Like
right.
I thought that was
so you got like the Techno Union guy and Poggle the Lesser and all these other separatists.
But I liked it. I was like, they made it work.
Give me all the money, give me all the Glup Shittos, all the minor characters. I want them all. They're great.
Well, that's what makes Clone Wars so special, is all the other shit that happens in it. Like when I was playing this, and I remembered a lot of these old episodes. Like there's Grievous's lair in one part. There's the ship where he has the secret weapon that
the Malevolence. That was actually. I don't remember digging that episode that much, but I thought those levels of the game were actually pretty damn cool.
But I haven't seen Clone Wars in a few years, but like it was a nice refresher. Like I could have seen this if you were somebody into the show at the time, really enjoying this game.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Especially if you were playing this as the time when the show was still airing, and it's really it's just the greatest hits of those first 2 seasons, and some of the levels drag, and then there's a few that are really cool. There's one towards, I think it's the end of the Dooku line. I think it's just called Weapons Factory, and it starts out with like Baby's first strategy game, which there's a couple of, which I think was my favorite part of the game. Even though
was not a big fan of those.
Not huge into it. I could see it. They kind of drag for a while, and you really have to stud hunt and really build up your currency to be able to kind of build up your little bases and buy new vehicles.
It's cool it exists because it's something new that wasn't in other Lego games, and they're trying to fit the war theme of what the Clone Wars are, because it's a war, surprise.
Exactly. So I do appreciate they really did make the battlefields feel a pretty epic scale and make it feel like a war. And if you're going to make a Clone Wars game, well, they did, they nailed the assignments, I think. When you're in the levels that are these giant open battlefields, it feels like a war. It feels...
You have to move your troops, you have to build cannons, and, there was a lot of interesting things that this game does that other Lego games probably don't do. And I did appreciate it. Like, I didn't have a bad time playing this game. It was actually pretty fun.
I had moments where I found myself having a lot of fun, but I have to say, for the most part, and I don't know if it's the way I've changed as a gamer or whatever it is, I for the most part found myself not having that good of a time. It felt a little too repetitive for me, which I know is the whole
thing but you
games. And I used to love it. Maybe my needs have changed, but just like kind of hack and slashing and collecting studs, and it didn't do it for me the way it used to this time. And I think that's more on me than on the game.
That's what you get with a Lego game. Like, one thing that was nice is this isn't open world, and I forgot, I kind of like it before they went into that whole open world thing.
Yeah, I think which
is every other one.
I played Skywalker Saga, which was okay. It was
I
pretty
need
okay.
to.
It's a lot. It's kind of too much. Like you said, there has to be a happy medium between kind of painfully linear like this and way too open like Skywalker Saga. There's just too much going on. It's cool, but and I heard that new Batman one might be a more interesting way. I've heard very good things about that.
I mean, they get better every time they made these games. Like if you follow the entire series of Lego games, they always get better.
They always get that. Yeah, I'll agree with that for sure.
You know, they just do different things. Like I'm actually doing Lego Batman for the show later this year because I want to.
The first
one.
Oh, it's the best. It's great.
So I mean, I've only ever played 1 and 2. I never played 3. Like I never played the Pirates games. I never played the Harry Potter games. So apparently I didn't play as much as I thought I did.
I have the Harry Potter one on my Switch. Never really messed with it much, but I bought it on like a steep discount once. And yeah, never played Pirates. Just like you, I played Lego Batman 1 and 2. Did not play that third one.
I think it came out too late, and I was my life went through some crazy shit, so I wasn't playing. Like, otherwise, I'm sure I would have played it because my son loved Lego Batman 2, and he would sit and wait for me to get home from work, and then which I didn't like playing because he wouldn't do what we're supposed to do, and he would just try to kill me. But he thought it was great.
Right. Well, that's the way it goes. That's adorable, though.
It was, and I did it for him because it made him happy. But I remember being like, "We got to do this." He's like, "Got to do that. We got to kill you."
Right. You know, I never really. All these Lego games I kind of played on my own. I'm wondering, have you played much besides playing with your son when he was little? Have you played much multiplayer?
When the first one came out, I played it with a friend.
Okay.
But that was it. It was never a big thing that I did online because I'm not an online game. Even back then, I wasn't a big.
I'm a single player gamer all the way.
Yeah, especially now, it's just gaming is such a when I almost never do multiplayer stuff because I play in a very random ass schedule sometimes for people. Like I can just play 5 minutes, turn down the game, I'll come back to it later, play maybe an hour this time, but it's not structured.
Plus, you've always got something else waiting to complete. So, how much time do you really have to jump onto a multiplayer experience?
I don't.
Exactly.
Even before this podcast, I didn't do it anyway because I just didn't like it.
That's fair. Same here. Same here. I was never into it. I'd rather just kind of, and I don't want to hear chats and all. It's just not for me. It's not for me.
I don't like it either. Even I plus people get mad and I don't want to deal with it. So I'm like, I'll just play by myself.
Right. So did you have a favorite level in this? Something that stuck out to you that you enjoyed more than?
Not really.
Not really.
I mean, they all were pretty equal.
They're all kind of samey, aren't they?
I mean, it's a Lego game. I didn't,
right.
I'm not surprised that a Lego game was a Lego game like this. Once I got into it and realized, okay, this is the era before they have voiceovers, and when it's just the mute talking and the funny shit, doing scenes from a movie that you like, or in this case, a show. I was like, I have not played one of these in a long time, and it was kind of nice.
See, that's where it shines for me. Honestly, I hate to say it, the gameplay, okay, but the cutscenes, and I missed mumble mode, as we said at the top of the show.
Yeah.
I think putting voice acting into a Lego game is a crime against humanity. It's ridiculous.
It does mess with it a bit.
It takes away from the entire thing. All the charm is gone. And to play one of these older ones, it's been a long time.
Lego Lord of the Rings, and they do it, but...
What do they just take lines from the movie, right?
I think they just take lines from the movie. But it
what is
actually
that?
Works. That game is
really
phenomenal. So
I'll believe you. I love the mumble. I think the mumble adds so much charm. And in Skywalker Saga, it was like an unlockable, but you could actually change it from dialogue to mumble mode back to mumble mode, which I thought was a nice touch.
Oh, that's cool that they put that the effort in to put that in there. No, this got me wanting to play more. I mean, there are a couple points in this game where the levels go too long, like with Grievous, and you got to fight him 3 times.
Oh, some of them dragged. I crammed this game over the last week for this recording, and that was probably not the way to play this because some of these dragged on. Last night I was playing this, and my wife walked in the room, and she was like, "Are you having fun yet?" I was like, "I don't know if I am." It's like video games are supposed to be fun, but I was just, it's the way I played it, and I kind of did it to myself by.
Sometimes you're just trying to complete something, you just play through something to play it and beat it, but it's also one of those things you had that experience, and if you didn't like it, you never have to have it again.
Yes, I'm very happy to put this one to bed. I'll say that much.
Oh yeah, I was the same way, but it wasn't I didn't have a bad time.
I mean, in the moment, and there were moments where I was like, "Oh, this is cool," and it really clicked for me. I don't know. I think I played the Asajj Ventress route first. I thought her boss fight was really cool and actually felt appropriate, and the life for just just jamming on one button. I don't know, the lightsaber combat felt pretty good, and
It wasn't
using the
bad.
force to kind of take away one of her lightsabers, and each boss fight is almost like a multi-tiered puzzle where you got to figure out how to hurt them.
Oh,
Those
yeah,
I
and
loved. I thought they were very cool.
They really did that in this game too, this game did feel kind of epic. I mean, I did Asajj last for some reason. I did Dooku first, which you're supposed to do Asajj, Grievous, Dooku apparently.
That is the order I did. I don't know if I did that on purpose or if the game just kind of put me in that direction.
It kind of leads you in that, but since I had a choice, I just ended up going a different direction.
Okay, fair enough.
But they have like the blue virus level in here from that episode where they almost all die.
I forgot that episode existed, and I was like, oh yeah, that weird man scientist guy. I was like, I forgot what the actual plot was. I know he's trying to unleash this virus.
That is a dark fucking episode.
It was, right? I vaguely remember it. I remember the mad scientist character, and that was about it.
I mean, the first 2 seasons of Clone Wars are kind of just, they're a little blah. I mean, they're cool now when I think about it because they exist. And, it really continued on the Star Wars line. And
yes,
I will always say that.
I'm glad we have it.
Same. Because of the Clone Wars show, I mean, we get the Dave Filoni stuff that we get later on. We get Mandalorian. And it makes Episode 3 a good movie because it actually really has all the growth that you didn't get here.
It show really why he changed. It actually gives you so much context. You think about the time between Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. They really did. They really did a good job filling in the blanks, even if there are some ridiculous plot holes, like having to keep Anakin away from Grievous throughout the entire series because they can't meet. For the most part, having that context really does make Revenge of the Sith so much better.
It does, because I hate that. I do not like that movie, but when you watch the Clone Wars, you're like, okay, now it makes sense.
At least,
unfortunately, this was designed later, but yeah.
Because they did the footwork and actually gave you something to latch onto.
I mean, this game also had space battles, too, to try to...
Oh, boy. I did not like those space battles.
I didn't care for them either. I got lost a couple times where I'm like, where am I supposed to do? Like, it says dock here, but... and I just
exactly. They'll have that blue arrow pointing you to dock, and then that's not even where you're supposed to be. And then you have to fly into that thing and change levels, which felt so weird.
I was not a fan.
I didn't like it at all. I think I hit my head on the wall in the space levels more than anything else. But I don't think I ever cared for even in the other ones, there were, I think, much smaller scale space levels than the classic ones, and I'd never really cared for those either. So that could just be a me thing.
I mean, I can't remember what I thought of them before. I mean, they were, Lego games always try to have like a few levels that are a little different to kind of break up the gameplay.
Sure.
I can't even remember what this game all had because I beat it over a week ago.
Fair. I just remember the controls being very clunky for the flying, like awful clunky.
Okay, I didn't have too much issue with it from what vaguely I remember. I thought it was fine, but
you were playing on Steam Deck, I assume?
Oh yeah, of course. What about you?
Yeah, I was playing on streaming on PS Plus, so actually it streamed very
well. Okay. Was it having any issues? I'm assuming it shouldn't.
No, not at all. But I just recently actually got new internet in my place and was able to LAN hook up my PS5, so actually it streamed very well.
Okay. I mean, I also I played this handheld and I had TV on in the background, like Flash probably. So, or Arrow.
Honestly, I wish I wasn't tethered to my PS5 playing this, because maybe if I was playing it in handheld or something like that, I could have enjoyed it a little more.
It helped because when the game would be kind of, like I had something else that I was sort of paying attention to while I'm playing it, because that's also how I play. I play a lot of games like that, even though people would probably call that blasphemy. That's just how I am. Especially a game like this where I'm like, I don't give a shit about the story. I know the story. I'm just playing it to play it and beat it and having a decent time.
Right.
So, I don't need to, it doesn't need my undivided attention.
Did you have any character that Lego designed that sticks out to you that you really enjoyed? Because I have one. I have one that I was like, this is the best design I've ever seen in my life.
Who was yours?
Lego Plo Koon. Who I'm a big Plo Koon guy anyway, but I just think Lego design is so silly. It's great.
I mean, I did use Plo Koon a couple times in some of the levels where he was just
there's the one where you do have to use him at least for a little. It's one of the space missions. Plo Koon's kind of like the Jedi pilot that they always go back to. So there's one mission where he's like a feature, and then on that,
they do like him.
Love Plo Koon.
So I mean that was nice seeing so many characters from the show and having all their different moments. Like
totally,
like
yeah. I think right in the very beginning of the game, your hub world is the I don't know ship. It's a Republic ship, and right away, like Admiral Yularen's right there, and I forgot about that character because he's a big part of the early seasons of Clone Wars. think eventually he might be in Rebels and ends up and like an Empire commander. I think that's right, Admiral.
Yes,
I think
most of them do. Because I actually look when I was watching Clone Wars back in the day. I ended up looking up like where these characters go, and almost all of them end up in the Empire, obviously. And they either end up like some are in Andor, some are in Rebels. A lot of them get killed, or some are even in the movies. Like
that's wild, though. It is wild to some of these characters they've been using for this long. That's
like Admiral Wolf something. I forget his name.
Okay,
I think he's in Andor. I think he's dead by now. Well, in the series, well, of course, they killed everybody.
I watched both seasons of Andor, and I love it, but I don't remember a lot of character names except for the big players on that show.
Google, and I did an episode on Andor season 1 and season 2. Check those out.
Yes, so I'll have to go back for those. I love Andor.
I do too. We did too. I can say that. I mean, so. But no, that's something about the Clone Wars. I mean, I love all those different things of how they made these characters important, and you get the context of how the war, becomes the Empire from the Republic. Like, that's
right, because if you go off just what Revenge of the Sith gives you, it seems like it all happened in a weekend, and here there's so much nuance and just little things that contributed, which is the way that this would actually happen.
Yeah, I mean, you had the Clone Wars show before the short one, the micro episode thing,
but the Tartakovsky one is one of my favorite pieces of Star Wars media. I love that.
Also on this podcast, but
did you cover that? I did.
Yeah, we did.
I've not heard that.
We covered. I did the movies. I did that. I've been trying. I was supposed to do Clone Wars and Rebels. It just hasn't happened yet.
Right.
Because it's a commitment.
It's a big commitment.
Yes. And I don't mind, but I got the other people to do it, and I haven't done that yet. But I might. We did all Bad Batch seasons. So I like this era a lot.
Man, I forget Bad Batch exists. I watched all of it. And it's actually very surprisingly good. I just kind of forget about it all the time.
It's fair because it's the ending. It's after Clone Wars, and it's essentially the last part of the Clone Wars saga. And it does connect well to later on what happened. So
it does.
I mean, this game reminded me how much I really do like Clone Wars too. Like, and that was nice. Like, being able to see different arcs and fighting Asajj and Dooku a couple times and things. Like, I like that.
It's never gonna happen, but it would be cool if they did a follow up to this, where it's maybe like just do the last season of Clone Wars. Which, God, I love the last season of Clone Wars.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking the same thing. Like, not just the last season, but if you just did a few more seasons.
Or just throw in some greatest hits, just do it greatest hits episodes or something, like do the Maul arc. And you can do a lot of cool stuff.
The Mandalorian stuff. Like,
oh my God. There's so much more you can mine from. It's true. But it is kind of a shame that this was a one and done with Clone Wars.
I'm guessing it didn't sell super well.
Oh, I'm sure it didn't. I mean, if we go by just you and me, who seems like we played a lot of Star Wars and Lego games, we both skipped it, so that's pretty telling.
I mean, I bought it used somewhere.
That's right. That's true. You said you did purchase it. I did not even purchase it. I think I remember someone in my life having this on the DS, which would have been very wonderful.
Which I forgot this was on DS because the DS version is probably a different game.
I think the DS version sold very well. I remember seeing it all the time.
Well, I mean, DS had a different audience.
It sure did. Yeah.
So I wish I would have thought about that, but I didn't have time either because I had my game for next week had to be started immediately. So. Right. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure the DS version was fine. Just a watered down version of this. So. I mean, sometimes those sites, like when they do games on handhelds, you get some really interesting type of game. I don't know.
Yeah. I like. Well, that's what I liked. I like when they would do. They do the same game for the main consoles, and then on DS maybe do a 2D. The Spider-Man game, it might be a 2D brawler instead of a. I always like when you can get something different like that.
Same. I'm assuming Lego games are probably not that different.
I don't think so. I never played any of the handheld ones, but I can't. It's just much smaller scale.
I wasn't. To me, when I was younger, handhelds were for babies. Says the guy that now lives on a Steam Deck for all his games.
Fair enough. I mean, I bought the OG DS when it was new, and I just don't remember using it that much.
I did too, and I hated it.
Yeah. I played the version of Mario 64 that came with it, and then I had a handful of other games that it got put away, and then I sold it.
I got mine for $60 off guy who got a launch title because he just wanted to sell it to get a guitar.
Interesting. Okay, that's interesting. I remember I pre-ordered mine. I paid MSRP on it, and I wish I did a long time. So it's okay.
I got shafted later when I bought a pink DS Lite I or whatever the hell it was called for my girlfriend that was breaking up with me at the same time. So that was my
got it. Yep.
That was my fuck you moment from them.
Oh, we've all been there.
I was like, maybe she'll stay together. We pretty much were already falling apart. I'm like, here, I bought this for you. She's like, thank you. Then she left shortly after that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why did I do that?
Right.
But yeah, I'm just curious. I mean, no, this game just was decent. I mean, it was a Lego game. It wasn't that extraordinary or that different than what I expected. But the fact that they were able to catch the Clone Wars vibe, I thought was nice.
It was impressive. And even though those first 2 seasons aren't my favorite, there's still some stuff in there that I remember even back then, like really enjoying. They did the Rookies episode, I think I mentioned earlier, which is,
yes,
I think it's season 1. It might be the 3rd or 4th episode, but it's one of the best episodes of the show where it just focuses on a group of young clones who get kind of thrust into things on their own. And it's a fantastic episode. And the level based on it's not bad either. And
that's the one where they're on the asteroid to guard, and then they get
correct.
Okay, yep. That is a good one.
It's like 5s, and I can't remember. I think
it is 5s.
Is it 5s that dies in that? Somebody dies.
Or is it Heavy?
Something like that. Yeah.
Somebody dies. I think it was. I can't remember because some of those guys go on later. Because Echo ends up becoming part of that team. Then Echo joined the Bad Batch many years later.
Yep.
Man,
I remember
the amount of knowledge I have.
I can remember who.
I have a lot of knowledge of Clone Wars.
You do.
I like it. I tell people all the time, like, I'm like, Clone Wars and Rebels are extremely good shows and add so much to the context of Star Wars that it's ridiculous that Absolutely. Like you need to watch them, and they're good. Like Clone Wars, you got to get through the first season, has some bad episodes, right. But then it gets really good in 3. 2 picks up too. Like 2, they start to get the hang of what they're doing.
I remember watching the season premiere of 2, and that's if I remember it correctly, season premiere of 2 is the introduction to Cad Bane and him trying to steal, I think, the Jedi holocron. Yes. Great little series of episodes. I think it might be 2 or 3. But
was Cad Bane in this game? He was, right?
He is. I did not play a lot of side content, but I remember walking past a lot of terminals that told me bounty hunters like Cad Bane.
Oh, yeah, there was.
And then I just never used them because I didn't go back and play with other characters. I didn't repeat levels.
I never even saw them or knew how to. I never even figured out how to buy characters in this game.
Same. Because in the old games, the older Lego games, there's like a screen where you can scroll through characters and it tells you how many studs they cost and you buy them. There's obviously a way to do it in this game, but it was not the same way, so I never really looked into it.
I didn't care enough because I wasn't going
because I knew I was going to be replaying levels anyway, so if I would have
single level.
I'm sure there's some great characters.
That was it.
Right. I'm sure there's some great characters that you can only buy, but I didn't do that.
I mean, it's all the villains. I mean,
exactly.
Is what I'm assuming.
I did read that apparently there's a handful of missions that are from the Separatist perspective that I maybe unlocks after you finish everything. I did not go and look, but where you actually play as the villains in a couple.
Oh, that would have been.
Did you do those? I saw they existed, but I did not get them.
The guy told me that there were other levels, but I didn't know where they were, and I only did the epilogue level, which is garbage, and
the Zillo Beast, right?
Yeah, to be fair, I don't like that episode. I hate that art.
I'm not a fan of it either. Yep.
I mean, it does play a part later, actually, that comes back in Bad Batch.
Right.
But I've never liked the Zillo Beast stuff, and then having that be your final epilogue level. I mean, it is a big screen level, and, it's a big epic fight to fight the Zillo Beast. I don't like it. I also don't like that race of Sebulba's race. I forget what they're called.
Right.
Dugs?
Dogs.
Yeah. I don't like them. I say that as a guy who has a Sebulba pod racer behind me, toy, but I don't like them.
That's fair. I can see why they went with the Zillo Beast as the epilogue. Same with you, though. I'm not crazy. I don't care about that arc, and the episode, the level was fine. It was a massive scale, but didn't really do a lot for me.
Well, my also issue with they took away the map for the second part, so I didn't know where all the little camps were.
Right.
And I was like, I rely on knowing where the camps are to play this.
Hitting your head against the wall. Yeah.
I had to look online. The guy's like, yeah, you got to go build a thing in each of these 4 areas before it will unlock. And I was like, oh, I was missing one.
Yeah, I'm a little embarrassed the amount I went, and I really, maybe just because I was trying to get through this game pretty quickly, but the amount I did look online for solutions to things.
And Lego games are not as simple as you think they would be.
I think so, right? Yeah.
Or our brains just don't register puzzles the way that they thought we would. I don't know, but I always have to look up stuff in Lego games, and I always feel dumb.
I feel like I used to be a lot sharper with just my.
Well, I mean, if you play them as they come out and you stuck with the series, like, you'll start to notice what their puzzles are and what because they would expect that you played a bunch of them, so you would just kind of know what to expect. So then they would do stuff. But if you haven't played them in years, like I haven't played an older one in years. This is my first Mumble one in probably over 10 years.
Usually, if all else fails, I'll just hack and slash everything, and some little blocks will be wiggling that I can build somewhere. And 9 times out of 10, that helps.
Yes. It's usually what it is. I mean, sometimes there were a couple of things I didn't understand what the game wanted me to do. There was a Grievous fight where I didn't understand what the game wanted. I had to throw stuff at him, then I had to grab him.
Too. Yep.
With force power.
He's got like the silver hearts, and you have to break his armor before you can attack him.
Yeah, but I didn't think that I had to throw him, and that's what got me.
Right. I remember. That's right. At one point, you have to throw stuff at him, and then at one point, you have to throw him.
Yeah, and then because they keep changing up to keep the game more interesting.
Sure.
I guess.
Yeah.
Which was fine. It wasn't terrible.
Wasn't terrible. Could get frustrating.
They also have the first episode in this game, which I hate the first episode of Clone Wars, the
Which
Yoda
one's the
one.
First episode?
It's with Yoda and Asajj, where they're trying to get Watto's race, I forget what those bug people are called, to side with them. Oh, thank you. And Asajj is cheat. I hate that episode. I think it's a garbage episode.
Yep. I remember sitting down and watching the premiere and being like, oh boy, after seeing that god-awful movie in the theaters, I was like, this is not going well.
I like that movie, but I can understand.
I can't stand it. I've got some bad memories with that movie.
I mean, I didn't pay and see it in theaters. I saw it years later on streaming.
Okay.
I just remember because I worked at Target when it came out, and the toys were everywhere.
Right. They sure were. Before the movie came out, I bought the one-sheet poster from the Lucasfilm store. I was like, oh, this is going to be worth money one day. Oh, no. No one cares about that. Although the artwork on the poster.
I mean, it's not a bad movie. It's just, when you make a movie, when you take 3 episodes of a show and make it into a movie, it never works out.
Yeah.
The way
Although it was okay with me, but just okay. Nothing.
Yeah, I only ever seen it. I've seen it maybe twice. Yeah, I've seen it twice. Once for the podcast and once pre-podcast. So I have such ill will towards that movie that I collect. I collect a lot of stuff, Star Wars and otherwise. But I just sold my Steelbook Best Buy exclusive version of that movie on DVD just like a week ago. So it was like, I don't even want this in my house. Why do I still have it? So I sold it. I get that. Yep. I don't really collect DVDs, even though I've been buying more lately. But I still have a physical media in my place. It's smart. People like to make fun. They walk in, they say a giant wall of DVDs. They're like, "What are you doing?" But I'm like, what if the internet goes out? What if I'm broke and I can't pay for streaming for a while? I want something. Everything is taken off streaming because they get ignored. Exactly. I mean, that's the real one of my favorite movies. Kevin Smith's Dogma hasn't been available until last year. For years, I still have my DVD copy because I love that. I want to be. There's a few movies that you cannot stream at all. One that I just recorded for the show, which you guys will hear later, is Mr. Brooks, which I had to buy a DVD copy because it doesn't exist on streaming in any shape or form, which is a rights issue. I don't think I know what that is. No, Kevin Costner movie is actually really fucking good about a serial killer. With that at all. I'll put that on my list. It's a thriller. You go into it with zero knowledge of it, and I love a thriller. Perfect. All right, I'm gonna check that out. And Kevin Costner and Dane Cook. Gotta love Costner. I hate Dane Cook. What? But he plays he plays an asshole. And he does it perfectly. Well, I'm sure it wasn't a whole lot of acting involved. Great. And they're like, play yourself. All right, I can do that. Yeah, fair enough. Easy. But yeah, I mean, there's some movies that you just cannot find. So I run into that. I mean, thanks to Disney Plus, all the Star Wars content is there for now. So. For now, who knows? Things can change in an instant. We never know. Yeah. You look at Warner Brothers and HBO and that whole mess. I don't trust anything. So Max is awful. Disney Plus had their real bad move when they did with Willow, where they just took the show off because it didn't make enough. I'm not a big Willow guy. Me either. I never saw the show, but I think it's insane. I did. They made an original series and now it's just not available. What? It wasn't bad. I mean, it wasn't great, but it was fine. It ends with a cliffhanger for season 2, and the fact. I mean, I don't care they canceled it. The fact that they're like, we're not going to sell it and we're not going to stream it. It's just just not available.
a whole team of people worked hard on that. It's just not available at all.
Yeah, I mean, at least sell it. Like, at least put a printout and let people buy it who want it.
You know, let the fans purchase a little Blu-ray set. Make it limited if you want. Do a limited number of copies, but make it something.
But they don't want to pay any residual because they were just so upset with it that they're like, nope, fuck you.
Yeah, that's wild.
It's dumb. And I mean, that's why people complain about the streaming era is that nothing, you don't own it, so it can be taken away. But then I go, yes, but the internet exists, so you'll get a hold of it one way.
There are always ways.
Yes, you just have to know where to look. And even though stuff gets shut down, people are like, oh, well, you know, like, no, something might get shut down, something's going to pop up somewhere else. Always.
Yeah, it's always going to be something.
Yeah, so I don't worry about it ever like that. I'm like, you know, it'll be there. Don't worry. You'll find it somewhere else.
Yep.
I mean, I'm happy that Clone Wars is accessible because that's why it took me so long to get into it because I didn't watch it on TV, nor was I going to. So when Netflix does that, what was the last season at the time, which is the Lost episode, that's when I first got into it.
Yes, and that had some phenomenal stuff in it too. That whole ending with Yoda and Darth Bane, that was some great stuff they did there.
Yeah, I mean, another thing like with this game that made me sad is that there's no Darth Maul in it yet because Darth Maul is until season 3 or 4.
I know. That's why I would have loved to see a follow-up to this where you can do that.
I wonder if they had plans to do another one, or no, there wouldn't have been that much out yet. So maybe they're like, oh, maybe we'll come back to it, but...
Yeah. I don't know. Once the show wrapped, I guess it was probably too late. At that point, when the show wrapped, I was really thinking about Lego games yet. Skywalker Saga was not...
People wouldn't... The studio probably wouldn't want to pay. Because part of the reason of this game is to advertise to watch the show, but if the show's over, the studio's like, why should we pay you? Because
you're right.
Care.
There's nothing to tie it to that's active, so why bother?
Yeah. I mean, even though, like, DVDs sell people. Like, I know, I used to work at Target.
They do.
They still,
although Target doesn't even carry DVDs anymore.
Don't they?
Mine doesn't. I don't know.
Okay.
I was actually in a Target yesterday. No physical movie.
I go every so often. I don't like Target as much, but I go look for... We go there sometimes for our fresh stuff because it's one of the places nearby that isn't the ghetto Walmart near me.
Right.
So we have a giant Walmart that's always busy and has like tons of security because that kind of Walmart, and I just don't like going there. I like Walmart. I love Walmart. I'll go because they usually have good deals, but this one just makes me feel like, and it's too busy. I'm like, there's too many people here.
Oh yeah. I don't go to any big box stores on the weekend.
I try not to. But that's why I call it the ghetto Walmart because it's all the security and it's just the parking lot's always full and it's just like
no, wouldn't be for me. Couldn't do it.
No, it's also a joke around here where people don't go. So people go to other Walmarts if you can and don't go to that one. But
right.
Oh, we also have in my city we have one of the most, at least as of 5 years ago, the most shoplift Walmart. One of the top 3 in the country.
Really?
Yeah, I used to work at FedEx and I had a guy come in and tell me that who worked for Walmart and security.
It kills me, and I know why they do it. I used to I'm an action figure guy, so I like to go into Target and browse around. But now all my Walmarts have their action figures locked up, and I don't want to wait for an employee to come unlock the case, so I just don't shop for them anymore. But I understand why they did it because people steal stuff, but I don't.
Well, it's also that whole security mindset. I used to work at Sam's Club, and there was a guy who did security, and he's like, man, if I had my way, everything would be locked up. And I'm like, well, then nothing would sell, and then you wouldn't have
nobody
a job.
Would buy. I mean...
And you wouldn't be employed anymore, so...
I would imagine there's a lot of people like me who don't want to call over an associate.
Same. There's things that I want to buy at Walmart, and I'll be like, it's locked up. I'll just go to order on Amazon and have it shipped to me then, and don't bother.
Yep, same. Or I'll go to Target where it's not locked up.
I don't want to have to wait.
Agreed.
Electronics, I understand. I will never be that guy. Like in electronics, there's that makes sense. There's also usually an employee there.
But now deodorant's locked up. Like, I'm not going to wait for somebody to lock a case.
It depends on where you live and what Walmart you live by.
All right. Well, maybe we have similar situations.
If you're in a not so nice area, or you're in a Walmart that has heavy traffic, then they lock all the shit up like that. But if you're
I'm in Central New Jersey. Everywhere is heavily trafficked, unfortunately.
Okay, that's fair.
Yep.
That is completely fair.
All right.
So Clone Wars. So I mean, this game they did try to do some epic levels, and I feel like they succeeded.
They mostly succeeded. I will give them that. I liked that it was different, and I liked that they had some new ideas. I appreciate the new ideas.
I mean, the war stuff was interesting, but it felt half-baked to me.
Oh, it was totally half-baked. Yeah,
okay,
like I said, it was like baby's first strategy game.
I mean, one of the new things they added in this game for Lego-wise was that you could, as some of the clone troops, the commanders, you could then command an army of troops, too.
Oh, I forgot to mention that. I hated that.
You didn't like it?
I thought it was so clunky. It took me so long to figure out how to actually get it to work. Every time I would have a group of clones following me, they would either all get wiped out by a group of battle droids, or they would just get distracted and go somewhere else.
Yeah, you gotta stay
or
close.
The clone I was controlling would die, and then I would lose control of the clones. It was frustrating.
It's interesting that it fits what the game, what the game is going for with the franchise.
Oh, totally. I see why they did it, and it, in theory, is a very good idea. In practice, I didn't really care for it, especially when I'm in that last battlefield level, weapons factory, and all I have left I need to destroy are a bunch of gold-plated objects.
Oh, yeah, and then some are guarded by security
and then,
towers.
The only way to destroy them is to bring a group of clones to fire on it.
You have to get a tank. That was the trick.
I figured that out way too late when I only had 2 left. I unlocked the tank, and I was like, oh, that was easy.
I figured it out by Googling it because I was getting annoyed.
I should have Googled, because I probably spent 45 minutes on it. No.
Oh, I wasn't willing to.
Yeah.
But yeah, that confused me too, and that annoyed me also. So you weren't the only one that was like, what the fuck?
It was frustrating. It was frustrating. And all things considered, that still might be my favorite level in the game, just because I thought it was so interesting. But yeah, it was real frustrating.
I mean, they did do some interesting stuff. They did mix up the formula, because they probably approach you with the ideas like, you played Lego Star Wars 1 and 2, you played the complete saga, you probably have played some of the Batman ones at this point. So they do a good job of approaching it in the sense that we got to do new stuff to get you interested.
They do. The other thing I need to shout out, because I thought it was so hilarious, they did, there's a level based on the episode Duel of the Droids. Do you remember that one?
No.
It's the one where R2-D2 fights evil R2-D2.
Oh, yeah, they did do that on the skywalk.
And seeing 2 little Lego astromechs just bumping into each other to fight is hilarious. I thought it was so charming and funny.
I don't think it's in this game or even in this season, but remember the gold R2 unit that they get so excited for, and he turns out he's a traitor?
Yeah. They called him Golden, right?
Yeah, Ahsoka calls him, and she's like, I don't like you, Golden.
Yeah. I think I had an action figure of Goldie back in the day.
I mean, one thing in this game, it had Ahsoka, obviously, and I made me happy because I really like Ahsoka.
I love Ahsoka. Although
I got to meet Ashley Eckstein a few years ago at a convention.
That is so cool.
She's super friendly and super nice.
She always seems so cool, and I love that. Does she still do that clothing line for girls? I thought it was the coolest thing.
I don't know, but when you see her at conventions, she has her hair dyed in Ahsoka colors. She wears an Ahsoka hoodie. When I saw her a couple years ago, her mother was there also wearing an Ahsoka hoodie. It's so adorable. I mean, I paid $250 to get her to sign and get my picture with her. Worth it. I won't do it again because she's coming again this year. But
I think meeting any Star Wars cast members would be very expensive, I would imagine, at this point.
She was more expensive than some.
Than most. Only cast member I ever met was Warwick Davis down at Disney back. He was
lucky. He was supposed to come to a convention here, and he had to cancel. My wife was so upset because she was going to meet him and bought a poster and everything. Was so excited, and then he canceled last minute.
Oh, that's awful. He was such a cool guy. It was so fun.
Hopefully, he comes one of these years again to a convention. We go to. I'm going to 3 or 4 this year. So
wow. I think a lot of conventions coming out there. That's good. Do you go to where do you go?
We get a lot. CDSCon is where I met the Ahsoka voice actor. She's coming this year, but so is Anakin's voice actor and Obi-Wan, who I didn't get last time, but I'm getting this time.
I know Obi-Wan is James Arnold Taylor, I believe, right?
Yes. The guy
I forget the guy who voices Anakin. I forget his name.
I forget his name too. But when him and Ashley Eckstein were talking, because I was waiting in line. At one point, he screwed up on a signature because the guy had bought a print from Ahsoka and then was having both of them sign it, and he screwed up on it, and he had to get another copy, and Ashley was giving him shit for it. And it was fucking hilarious.
Great. Love that.
I forget what he did, but he somehow he messed it up. So she was just giving him shit, a bit you don't know how to sign your name. It was just hilarious.
Very on brand for the characters they portrayed too.
It was. It really was.
It's very on brand. That's great.
They were so nice. I think maybe James Arnold Taylor had canceled. I only went for 1 day. Now I go for 3 days because that convention gotten so big that I need this year me and my wife got a hotel and everything. So
nice. That's awesome.
So she likes going to the panels and stuff, and this way I don't have to drive across the city to pick her up. I can just go to the hotel room and chill and play games when I'm done.
Yeah, that's
I get done. I get my signatures. I walk around the floor. I buy some shit. I'm good to go.
That sounds like it would get overwhelming quickly. So I can understand needing to get away and just chill out for a bit.
But I do have an Anakin Skywalker Funko Pop from the Clone Wars. I have an Obi-Wan one in the Mandalorian armor a special one that I ordered. So those are getting signed this year.
That's great.
And the Ahsoka I have signed is a 2-pack with Ahsoka and Darth Maul, and I'm just waiting for, I think, is it Sam?
For Sam Witwer.
Yeah, when he comes, I'm getting that signed by him, so it's signed by both of them.
That's gonna look gorgeous when you have both. That's awesome.
I'm waiting. He hasn't come yet, but I know he does go to convention. He just hasn't come.
He will. Yeah, he will show up for sure.
I also have a Force Unleashed Funko Pop, but I would have him. I'd rather have him sign Darth Maul.
I didn't even know they made a Force Funko.
They only made one.
just Starkiller.
Yeah.
That's
and awesome. I have it. I try to buy Star Wars Funko Pops of like original characters in general. Well, I mean they're all original, but I mean like especially the random ass characters, because if those actors come, I get stuff signed. Like I have a Boba Fett Funko signed by both actors from Empire and Return, and then I have the stunt actor from Boba Fett show sign a different Boba Fett Funko.
Wow.
And the kid came from Attack of the Clones, but it was either go to a convention my wife wanted to go to or get his signature, so I went to what my wife wanted to do.
Who was that from Attack of the Clones?
The kid of Boba Fett.
Oh, yes. Yep, gotcha.
And I'm trying to get all the Boba Fett actors to sign something.
Yeah, you don't have Timber or Morrison yet, I'm assuming?
No, he hasn't. I heard he's really nice, but he hasn't come here yet.
Yeah, I heard he's really nice, too.
100% when he visits, he signs something.
Yeah, you got it. Well, obviously, you got to get him.
No question.
So you have Jeremy Bullock, then he's one of the Empire.
I think so.
Yeah, you should. I think he's like the main suit actor.
Okay, so they came. Both of them came at one convention at Twin Cities Con. So I bought a Boba Fett Funko Pop and just walked over and had each signed them, and I was like, okay, awesome.
That's awesome. I love that.
My wife told me I should get a Boba Fett helmet, but I didn't want to spend $100 at the time on a helmet.
It would be cool to get a helmet and then get everybody to sign.
I regret it now because then then they all would have been on the same item. But I also have a cat that likes to knock shit over.
That's fair. Maybe if you put it under like an acrylic display case, you might do okay. I get it.
I didn't want to spend $100 on a helmet when I don't collect helmets. So, but Funko Pops do look fucking awesome when they're signed, by the way.
They do. I used to have a ton of Funko Pops I've really scaled down, and now I have the ones I like the best, maybe 20 to 25 total.
Oh, I got hundreds.
That's how I used to be. My Star Wars Funko Pop collection was out of control.
I mean, I do buy a lot of random Star Wars, especially from Clone Wars stuff, like because I'm always waiting for those actors or voice actors to show up to something so I can get a sign.
Right.
So
that's the way to do it, especially if you're planning on going to a lot of events. You need to have stuff ready to go. Yeah.
Like I have a Rex. The voice actor came that played Rex here, but he also did Momo in Avatar. So my wife has an Avatar poster and she had him sign that because that's what she wanted. And I was like, that's fine. So I got a picture with him, but if he ever comes again, he's signing.
You need that signature. Yeah, absolutely.
I fucking love Rex. And Rex is in this game too.
Best. What was that?
Rex is in this game too, obviously.
He is, yes, with his double pistols, exactly the way you want to see him. Rex and Cody. I always like Cody too.
Same. Cody fucks up later on, but that's not
exactly. Yeah, he sure does.
It's called propaganda. And in their case, a control chip in your head. So, hey, they had an excuse.
Yeah.
I couldn't help it. I thought about playing this game again in free play mode and screwing around, but I couldn't bring myself to want to. I mean, I used to back. Like, I remember playing Lego games and fucking around and doing like everything. But
I probably 100%ed Lego Star Wars 2. I'm sure I did, and Lego Batman 1 at least.
I tried to back in the day. Now I'm just, but I was also an achievement whore, so that was a big part of it.
Well, that'll play into it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to be a free time million. That's not.
I just don't care now. But my goal was just to beat the game and experience it, and I got that. And
we did that. So it's nice to fill in the gap on one that I never touched because I pride myself on playing almost every Star Wars game I can find, even the.
I'm working on that quest.
Oh, there's some bad ones. Well, I'm sure you know.
Oh, I know.
Some bad ones. You play Terrace Kasi.
It's on the show. So is Demolition.
It sure is. I listened to that episode, but I have a little weird nostalgia fondness for that game, as janky and bad as it is.
It's one of my goals to play all the Star Wars games over, years and years and years. So this was always something that I wanted to experience.
If you ever get to it one day, it's another Clone Wars game. I don't know if you played it, but
which one?
I think Clone Wars Republic Heroes.
I have not yet. I bought it more than once.
It's bad. It's like a platforming beat 'em up kind.
I want to play it.
I bought it when it was
Ashley.
new, and I was very angry that I spent that kind of money on that game.
Are you volunteering to say if I put it on the show, you'll play it again?
You know what? Sure. If you put it on the show, I'll come back.
Okay, because that'll give me an excuse
to
finally play it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, if you put it on the show, I will play it again.
I wouldn't mind. It interested me.
Yeah.
They also work in that one episode in here with the frickin' monkeys. They did work that in as a level.
Which one is that?
It's the peaceful monkeys that don't want to fight, and yet they come to the planet with the flamethrower thing
for a little while, and
it destroys.
Right, and I don't remember.
Material.
One of them has a name. Yeah, I don't remember much about that.
It's not a great. I don't like that episode. There's a lot of early episodes I don't like, but man, fucking Clone Wars are just awful. Like when it comes to what they were doing. Like again, war is awful. So hey.
Well, I think early on they were throwing a lot at the wall to see what stuck, and there were a lot of misses, and and a handful of really big hits too. But
once it gets going,
it gets real good. This conversation's kind of making me want to maybe start a run, but start at like season 3 and go to the end.
No, you got to start with the bullshit to get the right feel.
Yeah, you're right. The whole thing. Damn it.
Rebels is kind of the same way, where the first season isn't great, and then after that, it gets fucking good.
I haven't watched Rebels since I bought when season 1 came out on Blu-ray. I watched the whole thing that way, and I don't think I've watched the early episodes of that since. So I don't know if I enjoy it or not.
Really good. I
love the show, and I love where it ends up.
I watched it before Ahsoka came out.
Okay, that's a good way to do it.
I need to do it again.
You need that context for Ahsoka.
It helps. I don't know how. I mean, I'm trying to think. I think the 3 people, one of the guys that did the episode with me, we did Ahsoka, hadn't seen all the Rebels, but
okay, yeah.
Clone Wars and Rebels, you can both watch if you just go look online and find like here's the episode to watch. You can watch it that way too.
Yeah, that's a good way to speed run it. Yeah, just find the best or most important episodes and just watch those, because there's a lot of filler, especially in Clone Wars.
It's a cartoon show. I mean,
exactly.
Especially back then, syndicated TV. The whole idea is we need to get out so many episodes, we can just air this forever, type thing. I mean, that's not really a thing anymore because everybody's streaming now. Thankfully, I love the streaming world, even though like it has its big downsides, but I still like it.
I mean, you can't beat the convenience. I'll admit that. As much as I love my physical media, you can't beat.
No, I wouldn't watch the amount of TV that I watch if it wasn't for streaming.
Oh, no way.
So
yeah, same here.
There's so many shows I wouldn't enjoy because I wouldn't be able to stream them. So, and I don't really like putting in a DVD or something.
It seems like a hassle, doesn't it? Even though it's like there's not much to it, but then you gotta switch HDMI ports, and is a player even plugged in? And by the time you do it, you're like, I get it.
It's stupid, but
it's stupid. It's so stupid, but that's the way our brains work.
Mm-hmm. My brain is no different with that. I just don't like. I was watching a movie for the show, Mr. Brooks, so I had to, and I had to put the DVD in. And if I pause it, sometimes it doesn't always like. If I turn it off, I got to get back to where I was. And streaming, I can watch streaming.
Yeah, it's all thought of for you.
I can watch movies wrong. I can watch it on my phone for 5 minutes. I can go put it on the TV for 20. I can watch it on the toilet. Like, hey, I like that.
Totally. I get it. You can't beat it.
I mean, that's how, when I go back to Clone Wars again, it's going to be watched all different areas because there's so much of it. So
right, exactly. And it's like, well, whenever you can carve out the time, you can jump on whatever device and do it.
Right way to cover Clone Wars.
Yeah.
So anything else to say about this game? I
don't know. I think we pretty much covered it. Yeah, it had its moments. But yeah, I think we pretty much covered it.
Okay, so let's go to questions, comments, and memories. I did get a few.
Okay.
Not a ton, I don't think, but there were a few. So let me see what people had to say. Which I'm always happy. Like I'm always happy people have, especially for random ass games like this.
It's good when people engage.
So first, from the official Laser Time community, I got 5 likes, no comments. Wow! And then from you, I watched the entire Overload replay. I got 2 likes and 0 comments. So yeah, nobody had anything to say about this game.
Fair enough. Wait, just me and you then. Only one's here. Only one's talking about it.
Other group. Let me see.
Come on, there has to be a
it's just not one of those. It's not a well-known game, I guess.
It's not. It's really not.
Well, I guess I didn't post in that group. So, yeah, I don't know. I thought I posted in the 3rd group, but I can't find anything. So, maybe I didn't post again. Yeah, okay, so I guess in that case, we'll give away a code then. So, let me see. Your next Steam code today is... I don't know if I have too many codes. Okay, here we go. Your code is for Dungeons 2, and the code is H9QDK7Y9VAWFZ DTF. That is your Steam code for Dungeons 2.
Enjoy Dungeons 2, whoever gets that. I never played Dungeons 1.
I have not. I own the entire trilogy of games and their DLC because they like
Hybrid
to put them
strategy
in
and simulation. Interesting. Sounds fun.
Hey, come in bundles. I grab bundles, and sometimes I grab bundles just to give away codes on the show. So
yep, nice.
I like doing that. I mean, that's something I've been doing for every episode, except for one for a couple of years now. So
that's awesome.
So I try to do that and make it, people know, like, hey, check out the first, check out the episode. There's going to be a code around the same time. Always.
Yep.
All right, so let's go to Shelf Stacker Box, and I'll go first. I'm going to send the stack. It wasn't bad. Wasn't great, but it was fine. Like, I had a decent time playing this. I had more fun than I had with some of the other games, and it was quick. Played it like 6 or 7 hours, beat it in a couple days, and had a good time.
Yeah, that's fair. I think I'll go stack too.
I mean,
there were times when I was definitely like, this is going in the box. But in the end, I had a good enough time with it. There's some really
the epilogue pissed me off. That was it.
What pissed you off?
The epilogue.
Oh, the epilogue. Yeah, that's fair.
But that's optional. You beat the game, you got credits, you can walk away.
Yeah, I think a stack's a good place for this. It's a Star Wars game. I can't hate it that much.
And we both have played worse Star Wars games.
Totally. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna go with stack.
All right. And are you glad that I convinced you to finally play it and get this knocked off your list?
I am. I'm glad I did it. This not something I thought about even playing in years, but I'm glad I finally got to it. It was good enough.
And sometimes that's all you need. You just need a game to be a video game, something to play, a new experience, and you just walk away from it and go, hey, I bought it, I put in 7 hours, I paid maybe $10 for it, or $5, and I'm done.
And I ticked it off the list. Maybe one day I can say I played every Star Wars. Yeah, that's ever going to happen, but it's
I'm trying. It's it is a big fucking goal.
There's a lot. I've watched some YouTube videos of people playing through every release, and I don't know.
I always find that, like, how do you do that? Because, like, I've completed a couple, like, one or two. I've completed a couple series on this, but those are smaller series that I've done.
Right. Yeah.
Like Parasite Eve.
Oh, Parasite Eve. Yeah.
I love it.
Although I never played the that weird birthday. What's the second birthday or something like that?
The third birthday.
Third birthday. Yeah, that one.
It's okay. It's not. It's different. It's not terrible. It's fine. I hate Parasite Eve 2 more. So.
Okay. Yeah,
I hated Parasite Eve 2. I love the first game.
I love it. So good.
Never see a remake because
never saw anything like that at the reunion.
There's a spiritual successor of it coming out.
That's interesting. I might check that out.
Maybe somebody else, but there's something coming.
Okay.
I forget what it's called.
I'll keep an eye out on that for sure.
It's Parasite something, I think, is in the name.
That makes it easy. Good.
Remember it is. But yeah, there's other stuff. But all right, I should introduce what we're talking about next week. Next week, you can hear us talk about Assassin's Creed Origins.
I'm looking forward to listening to that episode. I love Origins.
I understand why people do now.
Yep. Looking forward to hearing you guys talk about it. It's going to be good.
Yeah. That I'm excited. And that's also why I had to rush through this game, because I needed to give myself as much time, even though I beat Origin in 5 days.
That's insane, Mike. Oh my God.
I put in.
Are you okay?
I put in like 35 hours. It's fucking great.
Yeah, 5 days. All right, good for you.
That's all I did. Didn't edit, didn't do shit. All my free time was just Assassin's Creed.
That's fine. And it's a great game. I'm looking forward to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, that's also why this game was here, because I needed something smaller, something quick to burn through that wouldn't eat a week.
Yeah, for sure.
This only took me a couple days. So
yeah.
Oh, I do have a random question that I forgot to ask earlier. Did you ever find a small character in this game? Because I never did.
Not even once.
Okay.
Not even once. I'm sure they're all just unlockables and meant for free play, I guess.
Yeah, there were still 2 question marks on the screen for me in the menu that I never unlocked.
I don't even know who the small characters would be. No, I don't even have a guess.
There's Boba Fett. He's around in this. It could have been... Yeah,
that's true. You're right. Boba Fett could have been one.
I mean, they could. This problem is I don't know what I can't remember what's everything from season 1 and 2.
He's Kid Boba Fett's in season 2 because he plays into that whole.
Okay, but I also can't. Like, there's like that little guy in charge of the droids in that terrible arc that I hate. But I think that's later. Is the map guy who ends up on the mission with the R2 droids and the other droids, and they to infiltrate some base, and then they get lost and end up on a desert planet, and they find some clone troopers. They wasted
like 4 or 5 episodes on that.
I hate that arc every time. Hate it.
Yep.
The terrible art.
Cad Bane's got his little droid. He might be one that fit into this.
Oh yeah, but was he introduced right away with Cad
He was. I think he's in the first episode with him because I remember thinking how weird it was that because it was Seth Green voices him.
Oh, I have a Cad Bane Funko Pop too.
Cad Bane, I love Cad Bane, except for his portrayal in Book of Boba Fett. Cad Bane.
That's the one I have, by the way. Is that one?
Well, he looks good in the show. I just don't like his character at all.
Well, they don't. It's just Book of Boba Fett is a bad show.
Yeah,
and you took one of the coolest characters in fucking Star Wars and made him stupid.
It's rough. It really is rough.
I watched it once. I covered it on the show, and I have never watched it again. Even though, like, I think about it every so often. Like, I should try that again. I'm just like, meh.
Yeah, there's no good reason to go back. I can't think of any.
So yeah, it hasn't happened yet. But who knows? Maybe one day. I do like Star Wars. I'm still not all caught up on all the Disney Plus Star Wars content. There's still a few shows like Darth Maul I haven't watched yet.
Shadow Lord. Shadow Lord's a lot of fun.
That's what I heard. A lot
of fun. Gorgeous show. The animation gets every time they do a new animated series, it just looks better.
I mean, I've done all the live action Star Wars shows. I'm not sure what we're getting. Ahsoka season 2 is supposedly coming at some point. Supposedly, it's
coming. Did you cover Skeleton Crew?
Yeah, I like Skeleton Crew.
Yeah, so did I. I thought that show was a huge surprise for me. It was so much fun.
Yeah, it was good. I don't know if we're getting a season 2 of that. Acolyte just needed a second season, but fuckers. Yeah,
I still have not. I'm part of the problem with Acolyte.
Acolyte suffered the year that it come out in 2024.
That sounds right.
It suffered the change in America's bullshit is a big reason why that show didn't succeed.
Okay.
Because this country was getting really dumb.
I heard it was pretty good.
It's not bad. It got canceled before it even finished.
That's wild. That's right.
And a lot of that is the wokeness, in quotations, bullshit, not in quotations, of what came with Trump and all that. I think that played a big part in that show. Insane. And they spent too much money, which is their fault.
They did spend a lot of money. It does pain me because I would love to see more of the Darth Plagueis stuff.
Oh, well, that's what was coming, and that show ends on a cliffhanger.
Exactly. That I heard. I've seen the screenshots. I'm like, that's what I want. I want more of that. Where are they going to pick up on that? Hopefully they will.
Hopefully a comic or something to at least, because I
would love an adaptation of the Plagueis book from back.
Yeah,
it's one of my favorite Star Wars novels. It's so good.
That needs to be some, because it's technically not canon anymore. It needs
I know.
It needs to be remade someday in some form.
Give me some.
Give me a comic book. My God, I'd be happy.
Yeah, absolutely. It could absolutely be a great comic book series.
And I'd be happy because I love comic books. I mean, some of the stuff is great in comic books. So I
don't read enough of them. That's kind of one of my bigger Star Wars blind spots is the comic stuff. I've only dabbled over the years.
That's fair. I mean, I've done some, not enough. Like 3 of the new Thrawn books, 2 of them are comics.
Yeah, I haven't touched those.
I did the first one, and I didn't do the second one yet, but that's on my to-do list at some point.
Yeah, I gotta get around to it someday.
There's just so much shit to do and so much, but I love Star Wars too. So I get it. But yeah, maybe I'll check out the Darth Maul show soon. Is that part of
I would.
Clone Wars?
I would definitely. And that's a breezy watch. There's only a handful of episodes, and it's a nice little self-contained story.
And it's Star Wars.
Oh,
I forgot. I do want to mention they also had the Queen. What the fuck those races are? The Genoshans.
Oh yeah, I think they're just Genoshans.
Yeah, they're just Genoshans, and that was a cool. That was cool to see that again. That's a fucking fucked up arc too. It's a good one.
Actually, and I forgot to mention, I did enjoy that the prologue for the game was just the Genoshan arena fighting the big creatures from Attack of the Clones. I thought that was a good way to kick off the game.
Yeah, it was, because it's it is the beginning of the Clone Wars.
Exactly. Yep. It starts right there. And I love seeing Lego Reek, Slay, and Nexu. Pretty cool.
I fucking hate that movie, but
Oh, same. Until Rise of Skywalker, it was my least favorite. Now it's second to
they climbed that low bar and went, see, we can do worse.
I didn't think anything would ever top Attack of the Clones for me as my least favorite. Here we are.
I fucking hate. I mean, I remember, so when I saw Rise of Skywalker, I remember I had tears in my eyes, like, oh, this movie was so good. And then I was stupid and went, okay, I'm going to rewatch it for this podcast. And I walked away and went, oh, no.
Like, isn't that nuts? I had a similar experience. I might have been just going with my buddy, who we always go see Star Wars movies together. We walked out of there having a great time. And then we kind of thought, at least I kind of thought about it. And then when I rewatched it at home, when it went up on streaming, I was like, oh, this is not. But in the theater, in the moment, I had a good time with it. It's very strange.
It's just that, you were just so excited. Like, I know I was, just to have, like, there, we get it. And this is the end. And you're like, oh, this is fun. And then later on, when you think about it, you're like, this is stupid.
God, we could drive a truck through those plot holes. I mean, I can.
Well, I mean, that's what happens when you make a trilogy and you go, remember that second movie? Let's retcon it because we're angry.
Right. You're not a Last Jedi.
It's fine. It's not a bad movie.
I
It's just
love Last Jedi. I wish Ryan Johnson would have been on board for the third one. I love it.
he was on board. They said no.
Right. I know. Yeah.
I mean, but even then, like there's a script out there that released of what the third movie was going to be.
Yeah, I've read it.
And I've read it.
Would have been interesting.
Which I need. There's a fan made, which I need to cover on the show one day. It's came up multiple times.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Because I want to see what we were supposed to get versus the bullshit that we get.
Exactly. Yeah. The script that was floating around has a lot of interesting ideas.
Well, it just, like, I get it that they were upset because the reception wasn't great, but then they doubled down in a way that you really can't do. When you make a trilogy, you
can't pretend the last movie doesn't exist, and that's pretty much what they do.
That's exactly what they did. I mean, yes, that movie didn't have a lot of things that mattered, but you can't do what they did.
Yeah, it was, atrocious.
So, all right, well, thank you for joining me today. Talk some Star Wars.
Thanks, Mike. This was a hell of a conversation.
And do you have anything to plug? Because I forgot to ask that earlier.
To plug, check me out on the Zelda episode. That came out recently. I talked to you on there. And there'll be other stuff that I'll show up on eventually.
Yeah, Metroid is coming out some point in July.
Cannot wait to hear everyone else talk about it.
I just did the last interview.
One of my favorite things.
Today. So it's
you did the
all
last
finished.
Cannot wait.
All 14 are done, and it is just got to be edited, and then it will release in July.
Keep an eye out for that. I'm looking forward to it.
3 hours, I'm sure. Over 3. I know it'll be over 3. It's already over 3.
That's
I'm not even done.
That's what I spend so much time in the car. I want.
I'm making those episodes. So if you, and I should go to my plugs, if you enjoyed this episode or 1,000 other episodes of this podcast, you can find everything we do on Podbean. If you want to hear all our other Star Wars content and you're like, I wonder what they have done. Well, you can look in the show notes. You will see all our Star Wars content, and there is over 50 to 60 episodes worth of Star Wars. So check that out. All the movies. Lots and lots of content. And if you want to support the show, we do have a Patreon. Little Dog vote in our Patreon polls. We have 2 polls a month. And if you're a patron, you get the episodes early. As soon as I finish editing them, they go up. So regular episodes you get a few days ahead of time usually, and the other stuff you get sometimes a month ahead of time. So for a little $1, you get access to that. So check that out, and everything still comes out because I will not lock behind a paywall. And if you donate $10 or more, I will plug your podcast or YouTube every episode I make during that month, like these lovely people. Phoebe Stanton, the Let's Play Princess on YouTube and Twitch. And check out her podcast, Nerds Broadcast. And make sure you check out Zach's show, absolutely the best podcast of work in progress. Talk about the MCU movies and the Alien Predator franchise currently. And check out Bill Tucker's podcast, A Gamer Looks at 40, and his new show, Carrying My Cross. And please join our Discord. If you want to be in the show, you want to suggest things for the show, you want to just lurk, join the Discord. We're pretty awesome people, so you will see a link in the show notes for that. And please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, YouTube, audio only, and rate and reviews wherever you get your podcasts. It helps out the algorithm a lot and makes this show grow, so please rate and review us, especially on Spotify, because I see those and I get happy. So, 5 stars. All right, I think that's everything I need to say, so we will see you guys all next time. Bye, everybody.
See ya.